Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? All right, coming back to Iraq. Happy to be here, so let's get into this, shall we? Before we start talking about the Iraqi Dinar, I just want to remind everybody about the Silver Symposium. This is going to take place on September 29th through October the 1st at Caesar's Palace. I will be there. There are a lot of your favorite YouTubers that are going to be there as well. So come join us. This is an opportunity for you to meet us face to face, take pictures, say hi, share a drink, and ask questions. I am definitely looking forward to this, and hopefully some of you guys will come out there and join me. Make sure you come to this link right here and purchase your tickets here. If you use the code Pimpy, you will get 10% off your tickets. They will be handing out free silver, so come on out there. Plus, there's giveaways that you guys can benefit from. So come on out there, say hi. All right, as you can well imagine, this is going to be a huge boost for the Iraqi economy. It says Iraq prepares for the arrival of millions of foreign visitors and allocates 15,000 items to secure the 40th. So in a joint operation, command on Wednesday briefed the news on the preparation of the 40th visit, which falls on Wednesday, September the 6th, expecting 7 million foreigners to participate in this visit. 7 million foreigners coming into Iraq. That is a nice little boost to the economy. Of course, the article is talking about all the preparation that they're going to have for these visitors to show up. Mostly the security is going to be a big deal for them. Hopefully everything goes without a hitch. There's going to be tons of ground forces there, armored people as well. It says the meeting included discussing the security plan for the visit and that the year is a special year and everyone is keen to make this visit a success. We expect 5 to 7 million foreign visitors. We have a service and operational plan. The last we started was a long time ago, where the Iraqi Air Force targeted the dens on terrorists in Taz. And today, important proactive operations have been carried out in several interlocators. It was pointed out that intensifying intelligence and security efforts, stressing the deployment of 15,000 security elements and the intensification of the preparation of the inspectors. We have 3 axes of the security plan, which are the axis of the popular crowd and the axis of the interior of defense. And there are directives issued to procession to cooperate with the security forces. The great security alert in the field of follow-up and providing services to all visitors. This would be really bad if 6 to 7 million visitors showed up to Iraq and all of a sudden you had all kinds of terrorist attacks or outbreaks of violence. This would not bode very well for Iraq. I'm pretty positive that things will go without a hitch. At least I hope so. Pray for the people over there, because this would be a huge economy boost for Iraq. The U.S. ambassador discusses with representatives of the World Bank ways to support Sudanese effort to build Iraq's economy. Yeah, but I've been hearing so many rumors that she's doing a lot of undermined, sneaky crap over there. I'm not sure what she's accomplishing, but hopefully it's for the betterment of Iraq. Said U.S. Ambassador Romanowski discussed with the World Bank representative supporting Prime Minister al-Sudani's efforts to build Iraq's economy. While you can't say you want to help their effort to rebuild the economy while you're screwing them over with reducing the amount of dollars they get, causing a huge gap between the official exchange rate and the black market exchange rate. Talk about speaking out both sides of your neck. Yesterday, I met with the representatives from the World Bank and discussed ways to provide technical assistance and other ways in which the bank can support Sudanese efforts to build Iraqi's economy and provide world-class infrastructure to ensure a better future for Iraqis. That'd be nice if we can help a little bit. So yeah, this is on everybody's mind. What happened over there with the BRICS nations? Well, they included some new members, including 3 Arab countries. Media reveals names of new BRICS members. So according to Chad, listed the names of Argentina, Egypt, Iran, the UAE, and Saudi Arabia as new members of the group. Now, these are all strategical. These are people who are going to be helping China with their One Belt initiative. So those countries make sense. Besides, they have issues with America as well. Strategically speaking, if you think about the countries that are involved, if the BRIC nations want to pull the rugs out from the United States' feet, these are the nations to help make it happen. He added that the selection of the countries for membership of the group took into account geographical balances. Yes, they did. There's no doubt about it. See, the United States really needs to pay attention to this and figure out what the hell they're doing wrong. Because while Trump was creating peace over there with the Abraham Accord, Biden's doing the same thing that Obama did, which is pissing a lot of people off. Because look at this, you have more than 20 countries have applied to join the group, including Algeria, Saudi Arabia, Argentina, Bangladesh, Cuba, Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, and Vietnam. Others such as Mexico, Pakistan, and Turkey express interest in membership, with Mexico and Vietnam considering joining as well. This isn't good at all for the United States. Because if you think about Mexico, they are part of the agreement between us and Canada. We're all trade partners. So what does that mean if they do join the BRICS nations? How does that affect that agreement? BRICS countries account for 23% of the global GDP and 42% of the world's population. So yeah, they can do damage as a group if they can all get on the same page. So given the diversity of the countries aspiring to join the group, it's hard to see what criteria for potential expansion are. The entry of the new countries into the group could change the group's geopolitical balance. Observers say BRICS countries share a demand for a multipolar global economic and political balance. Yeah, see, this is where things are going to be interesting. Let's see how they're able to get along politically is going to be the real question. Among the countries vying for membership are traditionally unbiased countries such as Indonesia and Ethiopia. But there are also countries that are openly hostile to the United States and its allies, such as Iran and Venezuela. But Iran and Venezuela have oil, and you can kind of see what it is the BRIC nations are doing. So you had the Prime Minister and the President sitting down talking about the prevention of encroachment on Iraqi lands and national sovereignty. Why is Iraq worried about encroachment on their lands? This is people trying to take their land. Very interesting. The Prime Minister al-Sadini met with the President, Rashid, stressed the prevention of encroachment on Iraqi lands and national sovereignty. Said the Prime Minister al-Sadini met this evening with the President, Rashid. During the meeting, they discussed the political, security, economic, and environmental conditions in the country and emphasized support for the government's efforts in implementing its program, in accordance with the priorities of consolidating security and stability and meeting the needs of the citizens in order to achieve sustainable development. The preparations for holding provincial elections at the end of this year. Already we have elections coming up. And the importance of Iraqi participation in democratic practice and work to ensure its transparency and integrity. The President of Iraq and the Council of Ministers discussed border security, and it was confirmed to prevent transgression on Iraqi lands and national sovereignty, in addition to discussing the water crisis in the country and its repercussions on the lives of the citizen. Yeah, Turkey plays a key role in that, and I've mentioned that several times. Turkey is not releasing the amount of water they agreed to release, and it's hurting the agriculture of Iraq. Now, the last time these two had negotiations, Iraq threatened to bomb the dam and opened it up altogether. So I'm curious at what route they're going to take. Now, this article really is something else. And this is not surprising to me at all for the Biden administration to be sneaky and behind the American people's back negotiate with Iran on oil deals, even though they're supposed to be under sanctions. Informal U.S.-Iran oil agreement takes effect, impacting global markets and diplomacy. Where I would benefit from this is because I own 10 million Iranian rials. Hopefully that currency goes up in value. An undisclosed arrangement between the United States and Iran to stabilize oil prices has commenced implementation following months of confidential negotiations. Obviously, they're not that secretive if people are making an article about it. This accord reached through discreet diplomacy not only addresses oil flows, but has also shown progress in exchanging prisoners and releasing frozen assets. According to Bloomberg, who somehow magically knows about these discreet meetings, it is reporting that Tehran's recent oil exports were monitored, revealing challenges Iran faces in boosting its exports due to logistical hurdles and difficulties accessing international banking systems. These factors hinder Iran's ability to access funds and obtain insurance for shipping. curtailing its oil trade. The report suggests that U.S. officials have quietly eased sanctions on Iranian oil sales. Consequently, Tehran has restored its oil production to unprecedented levels since the embargo imposition half a decade ago. So that's a good boost for Iran. The primary destination for Iranian crude has become China. Wow, go figure. Biden is releasing sanctions on Iran to allow them to sell more oil to China? You mean Biden is helping out China? Yeah, not surprising. Making a significant shift in the trade partners over the past decade, Iranian authorities are optimistic about further expansion in this regard. Experts suggest that maintaining stable gasoline prices, currently hovering around $4 per gallon in the U.S., could also play a role in the President Joe Biden's potential re-election bid in 2024. Of course it does. You got to love the fact that the Biden administration will pull all kinds of strings, violate all kinds of laws, break all kinds of rules, just so they can look good during the election times and then go right back to the same criminality. A spokesperson for the U.S. State Department noted that the ongoing enforcement of the robust framework for oil and other sanctions against Iran, however, export levels remain susceptible to price fluctuations and other market factors. When neither nation expects to fully resurrect the 2015 nuclear agreement abandoned by the former President Trump, there is evidence of a more amicable stance towards oil trade. The report highlights the Biden administration's apparent willingness to overlook certain purchases, particularly in China, while focusing on controlling prices. As you can see, there's a huge surge in the number of barrels per day of oil that's going to China. That's going to be a pretty good boost for Iran. But Iran definitely needs the sanctions on the banks to be lifted. And I'm not sure that's the path we want to go down, but who knows? We have Biden in office, and all he cares about making money with the enemies and screw the American people. So a huge economic boost coming towards Iraq, which will be good for the Iraqi people. Iran is able to export more oil, which is good for the Iranian people. That's where things sit for now, and hopefully things will get really better for the Iraqi people. Anyways, let me know what you think. I look forward to your comments, and I'll get back at you later. I'm out.